Hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying the Colloquium so far. It's great having this opportunity to speak to you, especially as you can see I'm here in Scotland. Today of course is September the 30th, which marks the end of the Scottish Studies fiscal year. So it's a convenient date to let you know what we've been getting up to over the last 12 months and to give you an idea of what's planned for the future. But first of all, I would like to thank each and every one of our members for the generous support we have received over the years. This support has allowed us to keep going for the past 31 years and is truly appreciated, so thank you very much. I would also like to thank our board members for all of the hard work they volunteer to do in order to keep us operational, sometimes when they're having to cope with difficult personal circumstances. In this regard, I'd like to thank our Secretary, John McMillan. Here he is, getting everyone's attention at the Tartan Day dinner last April. John has worked with us while having to deal with the challenge of having to travel to France to visit his son James, who was stricken with cancer and sadly passed away on July 27th at the age of 43. Thank you, John, for your tireless dedication, and condolences from all of us as Scottish Studies. Also, on a rather sad note, Duncan Campbell, one of our longest serving board members, passed away on February 23rd. Duncan will be sadly missed. He played such a big part in keeping the Scottish heritage alive in Canada. He was an enthusiastic Scottish country dancer and the founder of the Clan Campbell Association of Canada. Duncan was very taken with the idea of young Canadians being able to learn about their ancestral country of Scotland in a Canadian university. And with that in mind, Duncan's friends and associates approached the foundation with the idea of establishing a memorial fund in Duncan's name that would pay for students to travel from Canada to Scotland or to assist in getting lecturers from Scotland to Canada. That was last February, and in no time at all, donations to this program were generously given and now total more than $4,000. If you're interested in participating in this, details of this program are on our website at scottishstudies.com. Now, one of our activities that has been extremely popular over the years has been the Oor Club. This was the brainchild of Scottish folk singer and artist Enoch Kent, who moved to Toronto in the 1960s. The original Oor Club was one where people met in an old tenement house in Duke Street in Glasgow back in the 1700s. Legend has it that Robert Burns paid a visit to the original club. Our current Oor Club coordinator is Pearl Grieve-Nixon, seen here in this photo from the cover of one of her CDs. Pearl was, and still is, an accomplished jazz singer. Pearl enthusiastically seeks out a wide variety of interesting presenters who come along to educate, inform and entertain everyone present. And so I would like to thank Pearl for all her hard work in making the Oor Club such a great success. Over the years, the donations received from the club total many thousands of dollars. Upcoming at the club on Friday, October the 6th, we will be welcoming guest speakers Patricia and Mervyn Russell. You can see them here on the screen. Patricia, and here she is beside the diapostry tapestry in a photo I took last year when the tapestry was in Toronto. Patricia was born in China, the eldest daughter of Eric and Florence Little. She came to Canada in 1941 with her pregnant mother and sister Heather, while her father, missionary and 1924 Olympics runner of Chariots of Fire fame, stayed on in China, where he died in a Japanese internment camp in 1945. You can see Eric Little depicted in the tapestry on the left-hand side of the photo. Patricia trained as a nurse at Wellesley General Hospital and is married to Mervyn, who has a wonderful voice and will treat us to some of his favourite Scottish songs at the Oor Club on October the 6th. Then on Friday, November 3rd, Donna Jean McKinnon will give a talk and an accompanying slideshow based on her recently published book, Newsgirls, Gutsy Pioneers in Canada's Newsrooms, which is an account of 10 groundbreaking female reporters who carved out their careers in the pre-feminist times from 1930 to 1960. Donna Jean is a former Toronto Star reporter whose work at the Star included City Beat, business columns, famous people's profiles and other items. She is also a keen antiques enthusiast and for many years was the proprietor of Salamagundi on Jarvis Street until 1983 and still participates on the fringe of this business. Now, every year our high-profile gala event is our annual Tartan Day dinner and its associated Scot of the Year award. This annual event has been taking place every year since 1993 and is organised by our sister fundraising organisation, the Scottish Studies Society, now headed up by its current president, Heather Bridge. By any yardstick, this year's event was a huge success. This year's recipient was Bruce Simpson. Originally from Scotland, Bruce is a senior partner of McKinsey & Company, the leading consulting firm, where he has worked for 30 years. He is a business leader deeply committed to innovation and Canadian competitiveness, and a community leader engaged in the arts, human rights, healthcare, the environment, women's advancement and other social causes. Bruce had an incredible childhood. His parents were explorers and his mother is the first woman ever to have crossed the Greenland ice cap from one side to another, a trip she did with his father in 1966. He spent much of his childhood in Greenland and the Canadian Arctic. Later on, he was inspired by the aforementioned Eric Liddell to travel across China by bicycle, and for this was awarded a Churchill Medallion by Her Majesty the Queen. We were also delighted to have Bruce's mother, Myrtle Simpson, at the event. At 87, she is truly a living legend. Myrtle is an author, lecturer and former member of the Scottish Sports Council and the former chair of the Scottish National Ski Council, and in 2013 was awarded the Scottish Award for Excellence in Mountain Culture. Last May, she was presented with a Polar Medal from Prince William at Buckingham Palace for outstanding achievement and service to the United Kingdom in the field of polar research. Her many journeys have been documented in her own books and in articles in magazines such as the National Geographic. As well as our objective of ensuring that our Tartan Day dinner event raises the profile of the foundation and provides an opportunity for people to dress up for one of the most sophisticated events in the Scots-Canadian calendar, it's also one of our key fundraisers. And at this year's event, we were delighted to present to the University of Guelph a cheque in the amount of $34,280 to go towards our pledge of $150,000 to the university's digital archive project. Taking the cheque presented at the event into account, we have been successful in raising almost $95,000 of the $150,000 needed to complete our part of the project. Again, if you're interested in contributing to this project, details are on our website. In coming up with ideas for fundraising, we have always tried to avoid doing things that might be in conflict with what other Scottish groups are doing. So 26 years ago, it's hard to believe it was that long ago, we came up with the idea of commemorating the arrival of the Scots pioneer ship Hector in Pictou, Nova Scotia back in 1773. The intrepid immigrants who made that historic and difficult voyage are a major part of Canada's pioneer heritage. This was done by chartering Canada's largest sailing ship, the Empire Sandy, to stand in for the Hector and provide a great opportunity for people to get some sense of a voyage on a tall ship under full sail and to recapture the spirit of Canada's pioneers. The event was hugely popular and has been held every year since. At this year's event, entertainment included Celtic band Mystic Fire, Highland dancers and piper Rory Sinclair. So a very big thank you to Maggie McEwen and Heather Bridge for organising another great day. We're also pleased to be able to continue funding the printing of the International Review of Scottish Studies and to make it available free of charge to all our members. Volume 42, the 2017 issue, will be mailed to members shortly. We are also pleased to be able to fund in part the operation of the Scottish Studies Office at the University of Guelph. And again, this is all thanks to donations received from our members and others who maintain a keen interest in keeping the Scottish tradition alive and well at the academic level in Canada. So thank you all for that. So from me, David Hunter, here in Kinlochleven in Scotland, all the best for now and enjoy the colloquium. Goodbye.